Hey guys, today is cleaning day. Pebbles is due to give birth any day now, so we want to make sure that her stall is nice and clean and prepared for when babies, hopefully 2 doelings, that would be amazing. This should be coming soon. So we're going to get the Pebble stall nice and clean, prepared, and ready to go. So first things first, I just grabbed a bag of fine pine, and I also grabbed a bag of barn lime. Barn lime helps to soak up any urine or anything like that that's in the stall. So we go ahead and once we get all this stuff out of there, we're gonna put the barn lime down, get it nice and fresh, and it also helps with any kind of parasites and stuff like that too. So we always put that down first. And then after that, we'll put in our pine shavings, probably like around the 30th. I'm gonna go ahead and put, because she's due on the 31st. So on the 30th, I'm gonna put down some, probably either some straw or I'm gonna put down some hay. But I don't need a lot of straw or hay, but just enough to kind of cover the top layer of her stall. So this is her stall. As you can see, there's a good amount of poo, and also something that I've been noticing lately is some clumpy stool, which usually with that means that there might be some parasites. So we definitely don't want any of that. I'll probably go ahead and deworm all the girls just to be on the safe side. I've been using the Effornex Dewormer, which is mostly for cows, but I've been using it on the goats because I was given a dosage from my veterinarian. And so with the Effornex, you can give it to a lactating or pregnant animal, whether it's a cow or a goat. So I go ahead and use that. Now I've been using that for probably like the last 1.5 years. So soon I'm gonna have to switch that. Goats do become immune to the dewormers that you give them. So next I'll probably start giving them, actually I'm not really sure yet. I know ivermectin is good also, but you can't give it to them if you're milking or if they're pregnant. And well, with the goats, I'm always milking and they're always pregnant. It seems like one or the other. So I'm gonna have to do some research on what other dewormer I can give to a pregnant or milking goat. So that'll be on my list of things that I need to get done as well. One of many, of course. But let's go ahead. I'm gonna go grab the wheelbarrow really quick and my shovel and fork, and we're gonna go ahead and get this stall nice and clean. So as you guys can tell, we have blankets up on all the stalls. And the reason for that is because our barn is not completely enclosed, and that's actually something that we're going to be working on. But until we get it enclosed, especially during the winter season, it is just way too cold. So we put up the blankets just to help protect with any wind. So that's why the blankets are up. The good thing about all of this is we actually get a lot of manure out of this, which is awesome because it goes right into our vegetable garden, and also we spread it in the grass as well. So we don't have concrete floors. These are dirt floors. And as you can see, a lot comes up because we put a lot down. But we do that, especially this time of the year, to keep them nice and warm. finish. The joys of hubby getting home from work. He's gonna help me out and finish up the little bit that's left, but I'll take any help I can get because it gets heavy at the end. This is going to be some rich, amazing compost full of nitrogen and minerals. So anyways, just look. What looks nasty to you guys, because it's full of poop and urine, is just amazing for farmers and people who like to grow fruits and vegetables. Now earlier I said that we also put it in our grass a little bit. Now, as you guys should know by now, we have cows. So we have a lot of cow poop. And we try to separate the cow poop from like this kind of stuff. You saw where I dropped that before. We leave that stuff over there. That's mostly for the garden and stuff like that, because with the hay and the pine straw and stuff like that, it breaks down into really good dirt. Now with the cow poop, we don't have hay and other stuff that we're breaking it down with. We just kind of put it out in a pile out on our pasture and let it just sit and sit. And eventually it turns into really good dirt as well. But something else that we can use that for, which I think we're gonna try to do this year because we didn't have enough of it last year, but we have a lot of areas in our grass that has a lot of moss. And something that moss needs in order to die is nitrogen. A way to put nitrogen into the soil is through the manure, but also with lime powder, or you can use, I believe it's a 13-13-13 fertilizer. But if you have all that other natural stuff already, there's no point in going out and buying the other fertilizer. So we're gonna spread the manure like we've been doing all year round. It's just spreading the manure out there. I'm gonna try putting some barn lime out there because it's lime. It's agricultural lime. It could be used for that. And it's cheap. It's a 50-pound bag for like $4 or $3, something like that. It's very inexpensive. So we'll probably use that and see how that works. And obviously if it's gonna cause some problems, then we just won't use it. But it doesn't hurt to try it out and see if it works. Might as well try the least expensive stuff first. And then if we have to go a different direction, then we'll go that direction. But our grass does have a lot of moss in it. So our cows and our goats don't get the best grass that we could possibly give them, but something that we want to work on, as well as all the other things that we have by putting like the siding on the barn and stuff like that. But another thing that we want to work on hopefully this year is going to be improving the grass. Now we might not be able to do anything until fall, but we'll do what we have to do. So sometimes things just take time and you have to be patient.
Good.
No, I'm gonna put in some of the barn lime, and then I'm gonna put in the fine pine. So you guys don't ever get to see my husband that often, but in case you're wondering, this is my husband Antonio. We also have two little kids, a 7 and an 8-year-old, soon to be 8 and 9, and hopefully we'll get them in the videos a little bit more too. My husband isn't in the videos as much, but maybe this year that'll change a little bit. We'll see. We have projects. Whenever we have projects, he does most of them. So I'll try to get more video of him doing the projects around here. So we'll do more how-to videos, and hopefully it can help you guys out.
So people can learn some stuff.
Yeah. Do we have anything to teach them?
Oh, I got a lot of things to teach.
Yeah? Especially doing the siding on the barn.
A lot of things to teach.
That's funny. Well, anyways, hopefully we'll have a lot of stuff to teach you guys. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put down the barn lime first, and then we're going to go ahead and do the fine pine. Hey, Ruby. So if you guys are wondering, this is the barn lime. All right, it's a 50-pound bag. It doesn't look like it's a big bag, but this bag is so heavy. It's so dense. Of course, if you guys have been following along, you know this isn't Ruby's stall. This is Pebbles' stall, because Pebbles is the one that's about to give birth soon. But Ruby wants to check everything out. In case you're wondering, the barn lime, it's good for parasites. It's good for drying up the inside of the stall. It also helps to eliminate the ammonia odor. So it's definitely something that's good to put in the barn. I use a food scoop. It makes it easier. Or if you have like a thick plastic cup that won't break on you, don't use a disposable cup because they don't work. She's gonna jump up. Don't hit my camera. Ah! All right, you. It's not milking time. Come on, get down. Get down. I'm not giving you anything. If you're wondering if it's okay for your animals, it is 100% safe for them. Even the powdery dust, it's okay for them to inhale that. It's not going to hurt them. Do I suggest you blow it in their face? Absolutely not. But it will not hurt them if they inhale some of it. The thicker it is, the more parasites you'll kill. I guess the way it works with the parasites is the powder gets onto them because the granules are so small that it gets in all their crevices and it just kills them. From what I've read, that's kind of how it works. So you can see, look how big she's getting. She is so ready. But it's not completely full yet. But she is definitely ready. But all right, I'm gonna finish doing this stall and get this done already. These goats, why? Why are you so curious about everything? These are not great for the actual giving birth, like I was saying. I like to put this stuff down, but then I also like to put some hay or some straw over it, just because this stuff gets really stuck to them. They're very mucousy when they're born. Sometimes they still have the membrane around them. So everything just sticks to them when you use this. It's just horrible. So I'm gonna put this down though, because it does help with the warmth. And it breaks down really easily. So instead of using like straw or hay or the bigger pine flakes, this stuff breaks down much quicker. So when we're using it for compost, it just makes it easier that way. Ruby, you are just being, what? You're just into everything today, huh? What is it? You want to eat my ring? Really? No. So as you can see, I ended up using the whole bag of the fine pine shavings. They're about $5 a bag. So we clean out their stalls probably I've been doing it about once every 2 weeks during the winter, only because they're in their stalls a lot more during the winter, just because of whether it's rain or just too cold. They really don't want to go out. Don't you eat those. Look, my husband put some eggs here, and she was going to come over here and peck at the eggs. Let me show you guys. So there it is. Nice and clean. This, now I have eggs in my hand. Let me put the eggs down. Don't you touch these eggs, you. Cover them. I covered the eggs with a scooper. Look, she's so curious. These are juvenile chickens, so they're still kind of small. They are game hens, game roosters. Look, this one's pretty. I don't know if this is the same one that my husband was holding or not. We have two that look very similar. One has a lot of blonde on him, and one still has a good amount of blonde on his back, but not as much as the other one. So I don't know which one that was. I have to see them both together. But, so at $5 a bag, a little over $5, like maybe $5.40 or something like that, I tend to not really want to use a whole bag in one stall. If anything, I like to use some of the spent hay. Like if you can see this hay, they don't really like it that much. They've been getting the alfalfa hay, but we put this in here just in case they do want it. This is the conversation I had in my last video about these darn wires. I cannot stand all of these wires. It is a major issue to me anyways. Well, that's better. At least it's up. So, you know, we do have electric. My husband ran electric in the barn. So we have these lights up here. We have a light here and a light up there that we can turn on at night. And I think we're actually going to be putting another light up on that side as well. We just haven't gotten to it yet. I say we, but I'm talking about my husband. But this here, I feel like we need to put in some more electrical outlets. He put that electric outlet right there. But I feel like we need to put another one here and possibly even another one there. I would like if each stall had its own electric outlet. That would be awesome. So yeah, $5 a bag can get pretty expensive pretty quick. So that's not something that I like to do often. But when they are about to give birth, I think it's important that everything's really clean. Even though there is a couple days left before she does kid, then I'll just go ahead and, because it's nice and thick, I can scoop out whatever poop is in there to clean it up a little bit more. And then I'll just go ahead and put some straw in there because that's what I'd prefer to have in there. Good old Ruby. She gets into everything. As you guys saw, like, she just would not get out of my way. She wants to know everything that's going on. She's licking the very little bit of, I guess crumbs, the bottom of the food from. And then this, my husband took the tarp off the alfalfa here, as you can see. And look, they've made holes in it. They're just going to town. They think this is the life. And Piper, you see how wide she is? And especially on her left side. She's going to have to stop eating because she looks a little bloated. Yeah, she's bloated. I don't know. These guys are too much. Too much. Look at you. Look at your face, Piper. Gonna have to take care of this. So now I'm gonna be doing that. Cleaning up this mess. So I'm gonna put the girls in for the night. It's around 4 o'clock. It's a little earlier than I'd like to put them in, but my husband is trying to clean up the alfalfa mess, and it'll just make it easier because they are always into everything. And one way when they don't want to come is get out the treats. Yeah, who wants a treat, huh? That's one way to get her to follow you and pay attention. Come on, girls. Let's go. Already got Ruby in, and she's the most challenging usually. All right, so we got Piper in. Since I got them in, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, use. Yes, fun with goats. That's what I'm gonna name this video. Stop it, Piper. Who are you? That just fell in my boot. I had a treat fall in my boot. All right, so Piper and Ruby are in. Now, time to put Pebbles in. Come on, Pebbles. Come on, Pebs. Gonna give Pebbles some treats. And this is what they are. Sometimes I break them up if they're too big. And a lot of the times they are definitely too big. So I'm gonna put Pebbles in, get everybody put away. Then afterwards, I'm gonna go in her stall and I'm gonna check her ligaments just to see if I notice a difference, and also try to get a better look at her udder. So from feeling back here, I don't know if you can see where I'm touching. Right here, there's 2 ligaments, and they're still very, very tight. She is not even close. So it's gonna be, man, at least, see, her udder is getting bigger though. Huh, look at that. Look at that. Her udder is growing. Let's see if she'll let me touch it. I didn't think so. She doesn't mind being milked though. We milked her last year and she did fine. It was her first time freshening, so this is going to be her second time. And yeah, I think she's going to do a good job. But she is definitely not quite ready. But at least her stall is nice and clean. What you doing, baby? Huh? She's my baby. Look at these cute little ears. Look at that pretty little face. She's my fancy goat. That's what I call her. She is my fancy girl. So when her ligaments start showing signs of just kind of softening and getting more pliable and ready to give birth, then I'll go ahead and put that extra hay down on the bottom there. And I always make sure that I have some towels that I really don't care about. I have a ton of just yucky towels. Instead of throwing them away, save them for birthing. Also, you'll want a pair of plastic gloves just in case. But I have to tell you, if an emergency happens, you are not going to have time to throw on a pair of gloves unless you're going to sit around while you're waiting and keep the gloves on. But in my experience, I always have the gloves on hand. But when you need to like kind of jump in and help out, you're just going to use your hands or use a towel or whatever it is. So the gloves are nice to have, but not always something that you're going to end up using. And probiotics, that's something to always keep on hand. And also selenium and vitamin E gel is something that you'll want to give your goats when they're pregnant. I do it once a month. That's pretty much it. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's definitely been a lot more drama than usual. So if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like this video and share it with your friends. And leave any comments down below. I'm always looking for your comments and I try to respond to everybody. And stay tuned for the next videos, and hopefully Pebbles will have her baby. I'm hoping that we get to catch it on camera. We've been lucky so far with our other goats, but last year we were not able to catch Pebbles having her baby. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, guys, you be blessed. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.